sake. I I caught a chill this afternoon. I was supposed to go for a wedding dinner. Caught a chill, couldn't go. Was so sad because it's the wedding of one of my second daughter's best friend, lovely girl named Sherry. Yeah. So anyway, I had to miss that dinner. I'm better now. Then that's why I decided to do this live stream before anything happens. This is the first live stream of the year 2023. So I welcome you guys, one and all. There are 14 of you guys here. So if you are okay, just give me a like and just hit the like button. Hi Albert Wang. No live performance. Not that I know of, or as yet. Bertrand Bossari. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? Russell. Hi, Russell. From Thailand. Oh, nice. Quiet smoking. Okay, so you sitting there quietly smoking, or? Okay, just in case I'm hungry, because I'm actually quite famished because I think I had a couple of pieces of sushi about 5. Now it's like 12:10 a.m. This, in case you do not know, actually I don't even know what the heck is this. They call this love letters, and we have this especially around this time of the year when it's kind of near Chinese New Year. So we have love letters for Chinese New Year's. You know, guys will come and visit, and then we have all these little sweet tidbits for them to partake. So one of those tidbits is the love letter. This is the pandan version. Pandan means, well, it's a really aromatic kind of a, what should I call this, a leaf, you know, from the pandan tree. And well, apparently this has the flavor of it, I think. So I haven't opened this up yet. Is that a way to open it? I don't know. No. I think there's a scotch tape some sort here, but just gonna cut through it. My wife will probably kill me by making a mess of this. I don't care. I love to live dangerously, so. Should be. Yep. Who doesn't smoke? Oh, you quit smoking. Oh. Hi, Dennis. You watched the telly last night, the one you bought in Hong Kong and changed. All right? Oh, thank you. Yeah. I love that. That's probably because of the the EMG pickups. Ooh. Right. So these are like really thin wafers, or you call wafers. Right, so it's in a roll. You know, they probably have like egg and some other stuff inside. I already said the S word. Anyway, not good for you. This is like full of sugar. Probably need a plate of some sort anyway. Nice. Sorry. You have to leave soon, Paul. Oh, yep. Dinner appointment. Good for you. Roland, yeah. 香港嚟嘅。你好，新年快樂。Happy New Year, Catman. Happy New Year to you. And the Comstock. Comstock? Yeah. Nice pickle jar. Well, There's some new things I'm gonna show you tonight. But I'll wait. I'll hold on. In case you're interested, I'm gonna muster up some bacon and eggs after the live stream because I just have this craving for bacon after the, you know. As I say again, I had a chill this afternoon. You know how chills are like. I'm better now. Probably that's what's making me hungry. Anyway, Michael MC, have you tried the classic version of the 四节 guitar or just the Pro? I did the review for the classic. I'm glad, Roland. You can check out the review under the playlist. In case y'all don't know, I have playlists of quite a lot of stuff. So 四节 will be under the playlist of other wonderful guitars. So let me just find out that link for you. In there you can see a lot of other guitars other than 四节. I normally don't make playlists unless I review like more than 5 or more than 8, and then I'll do a playlist. Alright, here's the link. Alright, so you go check it out if you need to. Ohio from Japan. Sorry, I don't speak Japanese yet. I'll get there one day. I was supposed to learn Japanese at one time because I was thinking of going to Japan initially in the 2000s to to go there and teach English actually. So I was actually contemplating on taking a course in the British Commissioner in Singapore so that I could get a paper to actually teach English. Almost like the fortune cookie, but nicer, more crispier. Just how thin it is. You see this? That's how thin it is, right? Hi, Mark. How are you? Happy New Year. It must be cold in Michigan right now. Very good. Wheat flour, sugar, egg, coconut, pandan. Hi, Michael. From Germany. Which part of Germany, Michael? So good. Couple of ways to eat it. You can eat it like a cigar if you want to. Or eat it like a huge joint if you want to. But cigar will work. The thing about this, as soon as you start, you cannot stop. Anyway, today I'm going to show you this lovely little thing here. Alright, so this is called a Trident from NUX. Later on, we're going to give this a playthrough. Just a rough demo. I'm not supposed to do anything of it yet because it's, they're still contemplating on when to release this and the pricing and everything, so I don't want to go and spoil their party. So we're just gonna do a brief run through. I created 3 patches presets for this. We'll talk about this later, right? So just to give you a heads up what's gonna happen. Lubeck. Ryan from Prague. Wow. Hi. This is one of the places that I really wanted to go, Prague. I was actually I did an album. I did a production. I was a producer of this album, and I was thinking of doing strings in Prague. But then I thought better of it because it's not because of the budget. They had the budget. Just that I decided to do it somewhere else. That's the reason why. Oh no, no, no. In the end, we did a live album in Hong Kong. So it was initially it was supposed to be a sort of a rework of songs for the audiophile, for the audiophile market. And I was thinking like, okay, I'll go to Prague and do live strings, and I'll do the basic band recordings here in Singapore and Hong Kong, but I would just do the live string recordings in Prague. But it didn't turn out because in the end we scrapped the whole project and we did a live concert, 3 live concerts into a Blu-ray. You'll probably see some episodes of this in my channel. Yeah, so that's the project that we did in the end, which is so much fun. But I still want to go there. I think it's so beautiful. Oh, really? Oh, really? Cool. Next time you see me there, say hi. Mark, we're having strangely mild weather right now, like many days in the 40s. Well, I don't know what's that in Celsius. That's weird weather for us at this time of year. Yeah. Hey Siri, what is 40 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
40 degrees Fahrenheit is 4.4 degrees Celsius.
That's cold. That's cold for me. Really? That's cold. Well, I've been to Mongolia, so I've been to Inner Mongolia where it was like minus 29 Celsius. So I know, yeah, so 5 degrees Celsius, about 4, yeah, it's about that. It's cold. And this is like mild weather for you, Mark. Wow. What sort of temperature do you normally get at this time of the year in Michigan? Hello, Louis. Nothing much, just eating. Hi, H-Max. How's the weather in Paris? In Gay Paris? No, I'm not, Paul. Maybe. If you just drop in, you probably missed out. I'm going to try some stuff later on. This channel is not just, no, this live streams are not just about playing. I don't normally play a lot in my live stream. Occasionally I do, but not all the time. Hi, Steve. Steve Cole, same surname as me. Oh, thank you, Louis. Michael MC, any new brands that you would like to feature on the channel in 2023? In regards to guitar or what? Oh. Well, you have to wait, Paul. 10 degrees in Paris? That's not too bad. I thought it'd be colder. I'm gonna burn my head, yeah. It's been there for a long time. Brian, what's the best multi effects right now? Good question. I hear you, Dennis, and I sympathize with you. or rather, I empathize with you. Mm. Oh, really? Strange weather in Paris. Yeah, global warming. What? What is the best? Okay, what's the best multi effects? I don't know because I've been, I never stopped using him. The Helix, Line 6 Helix. I swear by it. I was having a conversation with a friend who was saying that the Helix is just too heavy for them. And I said I like heavy because it doesn't move around under me. And I hate effects that move under me because I do a lot of moving on stage when I'm playing. So I don't like my effects to like kind of shift around under my feet, especially the light ones, you know. So I have experiences with some of the light ones. I don't want to mention names, but you know, and I didn't like the feeling. So no matter how good the sound, you know, it just doesn't feel secure. And of course you can like, you know, use Velcro and stuff like that, but you know, you really shouldn't have to do all that. So the Line 6 Helix for me is just working for me. I mean, it just works for me because it's really stable, and I like the sound. I have Line 6 Helix native on my door, so everything is like, you know, in the same environment, in the same ecosystem, so it works for me. Lately, there is a bit of a sort of a hype about the Neural, the Neural DSP. So maybe that will be the next multi effects. I don't know. Until I get my hands on one, I can't seriously tell you. I tried the Kemper, which I really like. Kemper has very nice amp simulation and very limited to effects. You know, as far as effects go, I think Helix still wins hands down when it comes to effects. Then of course there is the Fractal, which I find is a bit cumbersome because the user interface is not really that friendly. I hear you, Michael. I don't know. I want to try the old school brands. You know, the old, sort of, I don't want to say elite because then, you know, we were bordering on elitism, which I hate. More well-known brands in the past, like, you know, Valley Arts. I want to get my hands on one, which I think I might. Jim Tyler, right? And of course, what's the other one? James Tyler and what's the other one? I forgot the other one. What's the other brand? Also an American guitar maker, really well known. And these are the brands that I wanted to get my hands on them and try it and see what's all the hype about. Like, you know, they're so good. And now I know how Sir are right now because now I understand what the hype is all about. So when someone tell me that Sir is expensive, I say, yeah, you're damn straight. It's really expensive, but there's a reason why it costs that much. For me, frankly, I would just pay that money for a Sir than to spend money on the Fender Custom Shop. Seriously, this is what I think. But guess what? Because prices of guitars they're just gonna go up and up, and once the prices go up, it's hard for them to come down. It's just like petrol prices in Singapore. Once it goes up, it just stays up there. It probably come down at 1 cent, but when it went up, you know, when it goes up, it's like a couple of dollars. But when it comes down, yeah, the guy will make a big hoo-ha about, oh, petrol prices are coming down at 1 cent, 2 cents. So I guess this is going to happen for guitar prices anyway. Okay, so I finished 5 of this, so I think it's enough. Mark, usually in the teens. Oh, really? Sometimes colder. February is often even colder. Single digits or even below. Wow. Okay, I know. Yeah, I know. Strange weather. Paul Van Hoof in Holland is 12. Nice. 12 is nice. Michael Kutzmuller. Hey, it's 10 degree in Lubeck. Wow. Unusually warm for January. Anyway, you like the Tech 21. Okay, Richie Kosen 5 fly rig. Yeah, I used to have it. Sold it away. Steve. No, it's not Sadowski. Sadowski is right. I don't. Yeah, no, not Sadowski. What's the other one? There's Valley Arts. Jim Tyler. There's one more. My student had that. I forgot. Let me. Okay. I just cannot let it go. Hold on. Let me just. I just saw a video of it. Just search the history. history. Okay. So what I'm talking about is Tom Anderson. Yeah. Yeah, the Tom Anderson guitars. I really would like to have a go at that. The Tom Anderson. Yes, you're right, Steve. Dennis, I can remember when digital meant you were using your finger. Good one. It's digits. But good one, nevertheless. Capatus 63 degree Fahrenheit in West Texas, about right for this time of year. Okay, that's cool. I think, yeah, Texas, like being somewhere in the middle, it's quite stable. I think the ones that are affected more are like coast to coast, in the coastal areas. In West Texas, huh? Alright, so, Newegg sent me this. Couple of weeks, or about 2 weeks, I guess, 2 weeks before Christmas, or a week before Christmas. So this is the Trident. Now they came up with the other one called Cerebus, and this is like the older brother or the bigger brother of the Cerebus. Now the good thing about this is a killer pedal. All right, so if you're looking for something that's old school as well as a mixture of old school and digital digits, this is the one to go. I don't think it's gonna be expensive. I had a go at this. I did my 3 presets. I loaded in my own custom IRs in this. You're able to do this for this, and it just sounded great. I'll let you listen after a while after I hook this up. Best part of this is meant for live playing. You have 2 XLR out. Let me see this. 2 XLR out and a pair of 1/4 inch out too, and then you have send and return, expression pedal for hooking up to another to an additional expression pedal if you need one. You can get the ones from Mission or whatever you have, and then you can do your wah, your volume from there, or even like changing of certain parameters. You can probably hook up a couple more, and there is even MIDI, right? So they actually so cool, they actually provide you with MIDI jacks, and these are like MIDI conversions, right? You have MIDI for one in, and then the out is to like a TSR kind of plug. So I guess you hook this up to, there you go, MIDI in and out, right? So there's MIDI in and out here, and what it does is that you can actually hook this up to additional foot switches. Like I think I have one here. I have this from Ampero. No, this is from, this is an Ampero controller. So it has 4 foot switches here, and there's MIDI here. So I can actually hook this up to this Trident and have additional 4 more foot switches to play around with, which I don't think is necessary. Why? Because the Trident by itself, there are many foot switches. So primarily these are for switching the patches up and down, and then these are like individual presets. You have 3 of this. So in a patch, you have 3 presets, right? So this is your dedicated boost pedal, which is so cool. Like every channel that you have, every preset that you have, there is a boost, and you can select what sort of boost you want to use. There's overdrive and whatever stuff you want to have, and then on the effects, you can actually use it as there's a lot of selection for you. You can either use a compressor, or you can use I'll show you later, but this is basically what you can actually do, and then the individual effects, like you have delay, reverb, and mod, even mod, like tremolo, chorus, and you can actually select without going through an editor. You get me? It's easier working with an editor, the software, but you can actually do this on the fly. Like you're on the stage, and you need to adjust anything, you can just straight away do this. The M adjustments are done here, right? So you have the gain, the bass, mid, treble, and even bright presence, right? And what else you have? Yeah, gain, level, bass, mid, treble, and presence. And then right at the bottom, it gives you the option of whether what you want to have on. Like for example, if you're playing this through a real amp, then you can cancel out that cap, meaning you take away the cap simulation and you just go directly into your amplifier. But I believe this is meant for hooking up directly to your PA system. So this is like a real convenient box in one. So that I go to a gig, I plug in my guitar to this, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So that's the main purpose of this. I've been bugging Monk ever since I had the Cerebus. 2 years ago? Yeah. So Monk is from NUX. Really nice fella. I love that guy, and I had conversations with him about the Cerebus, and I say, but the Cerebus is a good idea, right? If you guys could expand on it, that would really be great. Like a really working piece of gear, professional working piece of gear. And this is basically, it runs on a 9-volt power supply. Okay, beat that. So you can have this within your pedal board. You can have all your other pedals, like your boost, your additional booster, or your Strymon or whatever that runs on 9-volt, and you can just incorporate this into your pedal board if you want to. But I would just gig with this, and I think I might just bring this along when I'm back in my roster for the church. Yeah, so when I'm back to serving in church, I'll probably bring this along. I think it will work. I don't even have to have my expression pedal if I don't need one, because I'm trying to get back to my old school style of playing, where I don't need a volume pedal, because I find that I'm too dependent on a volume pedal. I want to go where my guitars have the treble bleed, or the treble bleed circuit installed, so that I can just control how the dynamics of my volume through my volume knob instead of my volume pedal. So it's something I'm looking forward to doing in the future. Questions? Don't ask me about how much it is, because I have no idea. I don't know how much this is going to cost. I can safely tell you that it's not going to cost a lot. Probably about 400, maximum 450 Singapore dollars. We're talking about maybe 380 US. I don't know. I'm just estimating. It could be more, it could be less. Could that be used for an acoustic guitar? Primarily for electric guitar, but yes, you can hook up an acoustic guitar if you want to. Yes, George, we shouldn't go there. Middle finger, middle digit, right? Mr. Davis, drummer. Hi, John. Watching from Central California foothills. Wow, nice, cool. Steve, let me know if you can get hold of Tyler Edison. I'll loan you my Sadowski for a side-by-side comparison. Don't think anyone has done that. I try not to do comparisons because let me just fill you guys in about the questions that I've been getting and the questions that I purposely neglect. Questions about, is this better than this? And do you think I should buy this or should buy that? And half the time the questions are like a bit out of whack because some of the comparisons are guitars that they haven't even tried. So how can you ask me a question like that? And I just refuse to answer these questions. So if you're one of those who ask me questions and never got an answer, well, I'm sorry. That's the reason why. And I try not to do comparisons as much as I can because I believe that every guitar has its own merits. Every guitar, like every individual player, have their own strengths and their own weaknesses. So some guitar strength is the affordability, but the weaknesses is something else. Could be looks, might not be sound. Some guitars have strengths like, you know, really sound really good, but looks like crap. So every guitar has their own good and bad points. So I don't believe in comparing like, oh, you know, a Sadowski and a Tom Edison, or, you know, a Fender or a Sire, or, you know, or Sijie or whatever. I try not to do this because, like I said again, I'm going to repeat myself like an old man. Every guitar has its own merits. Mark, okay, Mark, answer your question. Hi, David. How are you? My guess, the price. You think so? I think it'll be cheaper than that. It'll be cheaper than 800. Yeah. Larry Haylock. Hi, John. Greeting from Honduras. Wow. Question: can I plug in an amp head? Can I plug in an amp head to a combo amp? You can, but you have to go through the send and return, meaning the return. Don't plug in your amp head into the combo input because you're gonna blow the amp. Yeah, so the safest bet is to plug in into the return, the effects return. That's the safest if you have a return. If you don't have a return, then you're out of luck. All right. Any less than that, I better leave space for it. Yeah, it's gonna be less than that. It's gonna be less than 800 US. I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay, let me just hook this up. So it comes in with a, oh man, it comes in with a power supply, which I just dropped. Good grief! How could I just drop this? Oh man. Do some fishing over here. Okay, come on up, come on up, come on up. Okay. Power in. I'm going to hook this up to the software so you know what the heck is going on, and then later on I'll show you what I can do on the fly with this. Can I use this? Yeah, I can use this. So you have to download the software. It's a customized software for the Trident. I don't think you can use the other software anywhere else. So they're going to release, if they have not yet, a page for the Trident. So everything is there under support. So you can download the firmware, the software. Yeah. Hi, Angel. Would you recommend the Vox Valve pedals to replace? There you go again. I have no idea what's a Walrus. What's a Walrus ACS1? So I don't know. I cannot answer you that question. But the Vox Valve pedals are really good. So that's all I can tell you. Jovenis, cool. Compostidores. Hi, from Valencia, Spain. Hola. I bought a Sire S7. Great channel. Thank you. Okay. Let me bring out the software. And then what should I do? Okay, the software crashed on me. Sorry about that. I'm back. hold on. Okay. You need a robot mouse that will pull cables so I don't have to move big things to run them. Good luck with that. John, have you any experience with Woodstone pickups? No, I have not. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Larry Haylock, thank you, John. I want to buy a Tremonti SE, a black standard. Is the Boss M2K Artist? What? What's I don't get your question, Larry. Judo Dado. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. How's the weather like in Chicago? Wait. Let me do the window capture first. I just hope that it's not gonna crash on me. No. So it's not display capture. Yeah, display capture. Hold on. Duet. Yeah. Okay. So this is the one. This is called Duet. No. Why? I can't do that. How come? Wait, hold on. Window capture. It should be window capture. Oh, okay. Just give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get that window up for you so you can see what the heck am I doing. Trident. This one? Yeah. Okay, done. Okay. Where is it? Hey man, it's not happening. No? Ah, this sucks. I don't like this when this happens. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Hold on. Okay. All right. So can you see this? Tell me you can. Can you see it? All right. So I'm gonna plug my guitar in. Hold on. Let's just use this side. Okay. Let's hear it. Sound? No sound? Why? Why? Is there no sound? Give me a second, guys. I don't know what's happening. Okay, there it is. No, why is there no sound? Strange. Oh wait, wrong channel. No, correct channel. Ah, silly me. My guitar wasn't even plugged in. Okay. Don't judge. Happens to the best of us. But then again, I have no sound. Why? Oh, wrong input. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good grief, that was loud. Alright, so I'm gonna turn the mic the other way. Can you hear it? Oh man, what happened? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do the clean one here. I'm just gonna play you my preset. So these are my own individual presets with my own IR. So you're not gonna get this on the unit. So I shouldn't be doing that, right? I should be doing something else. But now I'll just let you hear what this unit can do with your own customized IRs. You can turn on and turn off anything you want. Like I'll turn off the mod. Alright. And if I want to have a boost, I'll just turn on my boost. So you can see that I'm using a dirt drive. You can actually select whatever you want, like you can have an AC boost, an RC boost, or whatever, a blues, a tube screamer even, So I'm just using this dirt drive, just a touch, so I can get that. So it's clean. Turn off the boost now. You can turn off the delay. And you can actually activate the tuner. I'll show you later on. So there's a tuner mode where you just hold and then you can actually tune your guitar. You can't see it now because you're off camera. I'll show it to you later on with my auxiliary camera. Oh lordy, guitar is so out of tune. By the way, have you guys watched Tulsa King? The new series from Sylvester Stallone, written by, or rather created by Taylor Sheridan. So funny and so nice. Anyway, yeah, okay, so back again. All right, so this is the clean channel. Now I'm going for the dirty ones. So this is going to be a tad loud. So this is without the boost. I can actually activate the boost right now and you go. Without the boost, this is like a JCM 800 amplifier, but with my own custom cap. So I have my own custom cap here. The original cap doesn't. It's not too shabby. It actually sounds pretty good. I'll let you guys hear later on. With the boost. Right, so this is like my dirty channel. So basically I can just use this two preset to work in a club. You know, when I'm playing live, I can just use these two presets and it will work. But I have the third preset here, which is named John Solo. And this is a full-blown saturated sound where I'm actually using the stock cap. I'm actually using a, what is this? This is a Vivo amp. This is a stock cap that comes with it, you know, and it sounds great. This is without any boost or anything, right? So this is just the saturation that comes, and I have this gain at level 6. Now, if I were to activate the boost in midway, boost off. Alright, back to clean. I can actually switch to chorus if I want to, just by I could switch it on the unit itself. There's a dip switch. On the software, I can just change it like that, you know. Right? And if you don't want this, you can have Chorus Plus. I don't want. What the heck is Chorus Plus? Nice. Even detune. And then what else you have? Tremolo, phaser, UVI rotary speaker. Alright, Dennis, you take care. I'll leave some bacon for you. Alright, let's try the phaser. Whoa, old school. And then what's the C? Oh, this is the old. Sure thing, partner. Yeah. So basically, all right. So the delays, you can have a choice of analog delay, tape echo, digital delay. For the reverb, you have a choice of 4 spring, plate, room, and hall. Not much, but there's a whole lot of adjustment you can do. Like right now, I'm on plate. You know, there's decay and level. Very, very easy to use. You know, it's not so complicated. You even have an EQ here. Oh my God, this is not exactly the same as that's the one that I have. What's this? Yeah, the same. Right. Yeah, so you even have an EQ for you. And then what else you have? You have a send and return. So this will dictate how much level you're sending and how much you're getting back in your return. Then again, you have your amp, so you can have a choice of all these amps, 27 amps in total. All right. And then every amp comes with your own cap, so you can kind of like, for example, if I'm going for a stock, so I'm going for a trim reverb. So this is trim reverb. So on this cap itself, you can actually move your microphone, like your microphone stand to. Wait, how do I do this? How do I do this? Wait. No, okay. So there's a way to do this. I did it before. I don't know why it's not happening now. Hold on. All right. Hey, I can't do this. How come? You're supposed to be able to, like, shift your microphone stand towards the middle or towards the side, and then for here you just have to click anywhere, and then you can have your own filter. Like you can cut off your low or highs if you choose to. And if you were to do here, yeah, so you can actually use your own custom IRs if you want to. I could have a twin reverb with with different caps. Basically, I could have a twin reverb with a greenback, a pair of greenbacks or whatever I want to do. Got that? All right. So even here you can kind of, yeah, you get a picture. And the best part is this power amp section here, where you can kind of drive your amp a little bit by adjusting the bias, and then the overall level. So you can kind of like balance out the clean and whatever presets you have, so you can balance the levels. Pretty cool. Now, of course, right here you have effects, and you can actually choose compressors. These are basically compressors, or wah-wah if you have a a expression pedal, pitch bend, harmony if you want, a noise gate. You have a noise gate here, and of course this booster. You can, like I said before, you can have a choice of other, like really mild overdrive or booster pedals before the amp. And it all depends on how you want to configure your setup. You can bring in your delay, or your reverb anywhere else you want to. I can put in my booster after the fact, where I want to go. All right, so it's all free flowing, so you can go anywhere you want. So I think that's pretty cool for this. And once you're done, you can actually save it. You just save whatever you want, and then just hit the save button, and you're done. All right. So I'm gonna play you. What did I do? I did this for the patches. Alright, so yeah, it just sounds different because these are all stock caps. Alright, if I have a boost on, it sounds like this. The gain up. If I bring this down, it will just clean up. Take off the boost. Bring it back up again. And you can still EQ whatever you want. Have the mids boosted up a little bit. Right. So this is my JCM 800. Again, this is the stock cap. I'm just using the stock cap. Then the full-blown solo. Yeah, I like the other one better, so I'm gonna plot this over here. How do I do this? Let me see now. If I save this to 3C, right? So save as 3C. Yes, save. All right. So now this is the My neighbors is gonna kill me. Anyway, so I'm gonna shift camera now. I'm gonna turn off this software. How do I do this? Off the software, turn off the software, force quit. Yeah, it's already off, so that's cool. Force quit, okay, done. Why is it still there anyway? So anyway, turn off, okay. I'm coming back again, here you go. All right, so I have to plug, let me just plug out everything from the computer. So this is just working as a unit by itself, standalone unit without the software editor. All right, it's gonna be a bit tricky. Let me pull out my auxiliary speaker, camera. Capture device. Excuse me. Okay, here you go. So basically you have from the left side, this is where you change patches. And these are the presets. So bank up, bank down, preset 1, preset 2, preset 3. So I'm now on the heavy, right? So if I go to A, that will be my clean, right? So it's a clean, dirty, and then on here you have a reverb, right? And delay. And the best part about the delay is that you can actually tap tempo it. So cool. Right? Everything is thought of in a way where you can actually use this on the fly in a club if you need to. And then you can turn it off. And then you have the mod where I just explained. You can have a selection of mods like tremolo, chorus, whatever. And then here you have effects. So this is where your compressors and wah-wah or whatever comes in. So it's a strange place to be in, but I think it's good because you tend not to use this a lot. So I have it on all the time because I have compressor on all the time. So this is just right. And then you have the boost, right? Boost. So every preset has its own boost. So you can set your boost to whichever you want. You like, say, a nice overdrive, a tube screamer, or whatever, whatever turns your fancy. And then on the top, when you go reverb, this is where, so you can zoom in a little bit. It's a bit grainy. My camera is like, yeah, okay, there you go. So you can have a choice of reverb, and all these are dip switches where you can kind of like flip up and down anytime. You can flip it up, you can choose. And then you have your time, your repeat, your decay, your level for both, because you have reverb on one side and delay on one side. So these are the various delays that are available, right? And the various reverbs available. And right here you have your mod. Like I said, you can set it at as a, what's this? This is chorus, tremolo, or phaser. And then you can adjust accordingly your depth and rate. And for effects, you can select between compressor, filter, or pitch. Right, so there's a harmony mode there somewhere, and this is where effects here is controlling this. Right, and here you have the amp adjustments. You have gain, level, bass, middle, treble, presence, and here is where you go through all your various parameters, your save, how you're saving it, and how there's even a global page for you to kind of adjust what's the output going to be like and stuff like that. And then on the bottom you have a quick select, quick switch where you can turn off your noise gate if you want to. You can even turn off your amp if you want to. So someone asked me about whether I can use this as a with an acoustic guitar. Yes, you can. Just turn off this and turn off this. And if you're using through this unit through an amp, a real live amp, then you turn off the cap and you're in business. And then you have the EQ where you can have it on or off. So these are all like additional switches for you to manipulate when you're using this unit live. Pretty cool. And then you have looper. All these units cannot do without a looper. I don't know why, but you have a looper, so you can activate the looper by pressing, let me see, hold for looper. Right, here you go. Hold for looper. So hold it down, and then you go into the looper mode. Here is where you can hold for tuner. So once you press hold, the tuner will come out in the display. So basically that's about it. It's easy to use. It's super easy. Okay, you guys got any question? I will try to answer as best as I can. And no, it's not from Softtube. Logify, this is from NUX. Yeah. Oh, Mark has to leave. All right, Mark. Bye. Hi, Pimp Daddy. All right. Wow. Okay. Let me see. I left out quite a lot. Hi, Pimp Daddy. How are you? Hi, Timothy. Who else is here? Torek. Yeah, Torek. How are you? We consider selling your custom IRs. They sound actually. You have to buy. Well, I don't sell my IRs. They're not my us. There's not my IRs. You can actually buy these IRs from the market. I have to find out where they're from. The IRs make a whole lot of difference in this unit because the stock caps are really nice, but the IRs that I use, especially for the clean sound, it just sounds bigger and nicer. This is my own IRs. This is not the stock cap. Hi, Vicious. Our world in chaos. Okay, thank you. Sounds good. Waiting pay market. Okay. Who else is here? Any thought on the neuro stuff? Yeah, I was just talking about neuro stuff. Apparently, there are good reports about it. So I've yet to try one, so I can't possibly honestly tell you what it's all about until I try it. Hi, Chris. Hi, Brent. You came in late. This is the NUX Trident, not released yet, soon to be released. Chris David, I have a NUX MG100. It's okay, probably might upgrade to a better model like this or the MG400. Yeah. Black Crow Busker. Hi. T Square Sauce. Another Naoto. I probably would know because I'm a T Square fan, but it was back in the 80s. Yeah, I haven't listened to the stuff lately, Okay, Super Pete, just pop me notification if you want to do what? What the hell is this? Oh, okay. What? It's not me. It's you. You have to hit the notification so that whenever I have a live stream, they'll notify you. Larry Haylock, what's the best combo amp with 100 watts? Not too expensive. The Orange. Orange are good amps and they're really affordable. Next up will be the Black Star if you like tube amps. You are looking for a tube amp. No, you're not looking for a tube amp. So if you're not looking for a tube amp, the Orange will do fine. Yeah. Julian Cha, thoughts on your Schecter Omen Extreme 6 after 6 months? I don't own it, Julian. It went back to the shop right after the review, so I don't own any Omen guitars from Schecter. Let's try the. How do I record this? Let me see now. It's clear to record, right? No? What? Oh, sorry. So it's this. Change patch. Okay, so yeah, pretty easy to work. Pretty easy to work with. So turn off, turn on, turn off, turn on. All right, how do I get out of this? Stop. Hey, how do I get out of this? Wait, let me see now. Press. Okay, back. What? Feel like I'm in a movie. Okay, enough playing. Sorry, you guys. Let me just turn on everything so that I don't get any howling in between. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought what you meant. So you're driving. Keep your eyes on the road, brother. I'm hungry. Can't wait to have my bacon. Anyway, so any questions? So very nifty package. You can just put it in your gig bag and you're ready to go. I really like this. I think this is one of the how should we call it? One of my favorite pedals that is from NUX as of today. Everything is about it just works, you know. So there's sometimes you get some pedals, especially multi effects pedal, where you know you wish it wasn't like that. You know, you wish you could be more. This is really well thought of, and I got to give kudos to the guys in NUX for actually thinking about how to go about doing this. And like I said, you know, the XLR is a game changer. You know, you can just hook this up and you don't have to worry. Nice. And there's firmware updates and everything, so unit will stay relevant for years to come, you know, if need to. Date for release, not yet. Just still contemplating on whether when to release this. I don't think it's going to be long, probably about maybe end of January or maybe early February, I guess. Yeah. Yes, Serrano. It's MIDI compatible. You can actually hook this up MIDI to whatever you need, you know. Like I said, it came in with the connectors for the MIDI, you know. Judo Dado, what sort of neck profile do I prefer? Actually, I have no problem with the various neck profiles that I played. Well, I guess Modern C is pretty good. Or just C. Lately, I think I have a liking for the U shape. Yeah, the U shape is actually quite nice. And there's obviously a D shape, which is big too wide for me, I guess. Yep. And David K, sorry I missed. I have what? I have nipped off for 10 minutes, but I asked if you ever tried. No, I have not. Again, I have not. Yeah. Allergic reactions, too loud, nah, too smooth. Okay, so that's about it. I don't have any more questions from you guys. So how you guys been? Like, you know, how's this new year been treating you? There's so much of a lag time that it's incredible. Like, you know, I'm looking at the monitor from YouTube. It's crazy. Yeah, the lag time is like so long. Oh yeah, and a couple of stuff that I didn't show you guys, didn't I? There are a couple of effects pedals that's from NUX too. These are like pretty new mini pedals. They have like a couple of different effects, like choruses and pulse, and because they're so small, they don't take up a lot of real estate. So I'm gonna try this out soon. Once I get the time to do it, and probably do all these 9 pedals at one go, so you guys can actually see what these pedals are about, and how it works in a music context, in a musical context. Probably gonna run through with the transatlantic amp. Yeah. Whoa, nice, Pim Daddy. No, I have not, Vicious. Yeah, they're okay. The Clone Centaur is okay. Yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah, I can say I like it. Yeah. David K, talking on NUX products, what do you think of the NUX MP you plug into your guitar and have many listen? Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. Those are really nice. I don't actually use them because I have no need to use them, but they actually sent me a amp. Based on the this concept they're talking about. It's a really nice looking amp, and I have yet to know the release date, so I dare not feature it. So I'm gonna have a go at that sooner or later. Yeah, I'm gonna be really busy come in the middle of the month because I have a concert on the 4th of February, so we're starting rehearsal at the end of the month, probably about 30th. So around 25th, yeah, I'll probably be busy running through the songs, and I probably got to do all this before I start running through the songs, and doing some basic arrangements because I'm the music director after all, so I need to get my work done. Yeah. So in reply to you, Logify, even though I like all these pedals, and this overdrive pedals and whatnot, I still prefer, like you've seen the last patch that I had, the solo patch on this Trident, I still prefer using the drive section of the amp. I think that's the way to go, and that's why I love this amp so much. This transatlantic, right? Because it has dedicated overdrive section for you, a channel for you to really go blistering. And the fact of the matter is that if I were to use this amp with a good cab, I don't even have to use any pedals at all. I mean, probably maybe a delay, or probably a compressor, booster, compressor, delay, and reverb, and that's it. And that's all I need for this amp if I were to use this amp live. Yes, channel switching, so I could just come back and forth. The booster really helps because you can get it gives you more option, and the compressor is there for you to. Well, the compressor that I'm using is from Origin, so I would use that as an effect. I would probably use the Matsumi, which I have here, for a overall compression, and the Origin Kali 76 stack as a effects by itself. So basically, I have the Matsumi, the Kali 76 stack. I have the RC booster, right, for Exotic, and then probably a reverb, or reverb and then a delay, or probably a delay and reverb unit incorporated in one, so to save more space. And I'm ready to rock and roll, but with this Trident, everything I want is there, so it's pretty cool. And there's send and return, so I can actually, if I really choose to, I can activate, other or additional pedals. Like maybe I wanted my Kali 76 to be part of this rig, I could do that too. But with an amp like this, you can't go wrong. So I would use the overdrive in the dirty channel of this amp for my overdriven sound instead of using a pedal. So that's how I work basically. You will not like me to be your neighbor, because I'll wake you up in odd hours of the night. Just got news that things are opening up in China, so they're really opening up. The government just says, "Screw it," just going to open up the whole country. You guys want to go for a revolution? Okay, you want freedom? It's going to open up everything. So, I got lots of good friends in China, and the band that I used to work with in China when I was touring China all had COVID, but thank God they're not like serious, no serious symptoms, because they're mostly in their 30s and the 40s, so it's not too bad. But the elderly in China is suffering big time, because of the fear that they have about vaccination. So a lot of them are not vaccinated, so a lot of them have perished, even though the government did not release any figures, but I'm guessing like thousands of them, fatalities. So if you have the opportunity, please, pray for China. But as it is, things are opening up. So there are concerts and there are shows going on everywhere. So it's good for us musicians, in a way. Just have to make sure that we're vaccinated, and then go up there with caution, with masks and everything. So I'm talking about China, right? And I'm waiting. Maybe things will open up probably about June, July, August. So I probably have to go up there again, and I can't wait. I miss China. I love the people there. I love the culture. I love the way people are warm and friendly. They're not what most people think they are. The real Chinese people are a gentle lot. Not as warlike as what people will paint them to be. They are very gentle. They're reasonable. They're very smart, very intelligent, very gracious. All right. So I miss my friends, my dear Chinese brothers in China. Anyway, Joe Dix, how are you? Hurry up with the flying cars, not fair. NASA gets to fly them and not us. David, can you suggestions for taming the brightness of a P90 pickup? My amp is a Plexi and quite bright, so any suggestion on a P90 pickup or even a P90 size humbucker, which are quite rare? My suggestion is that if you're just two ways to go about it. One is to change your P90 to a humbucker. The other way is to change your amp. The P90s that I have and own, they all sound great. They're not like sharp or anything like that. In fact, I love my P90s on my Power Daddy. I also love my P90s. You just check out the Tally video that I did just recently. So a lot of them have, two of them have P90s, and I love them. They're not sharp, they're not bright, nothing like that. It's your amp. It's the way your amp is. So it's the way you tone your amp. And if you think that they are bright, maybe you can cut the brightness, just a brightness switch, or cut the presence, cut the treble a little bit. Play around with the EQ section, and if they're still too darn bright, then it's either you change your humbucker or you change your amp. No two ways about it, David. Sorry. Well, I'm not from China. Right, so let's get one thing straight. I'm in Singapore. So Singapore is not part of China. So we have a lot of Chinese here in Singapore. They are all Singaporean Chinese. So please do not make the misconception that we are part of China or that I'm in China. I'm not in China. I'm in Singapore. And that's the problem that the West has all the time. Whenever I travel, like to the States or to Canada or places like this, and when I say I'm from Singapore, they look at me, "You're Chinese, so you're from China?" I say, "No, I'm not from China, I'm from Singapore." "So isn't Singapore part of China?" I say, "No, we're not part of China." And you would not believe the amount of how should we call it, lack of knowledge that these people have. So yeah, please do not make a mistake. Singapore is not part of China. I'm not in China. I'm in Singapore. Okay. No, it would not be like Taiwan. You have to understand the geographical situation in both countries, as in China as well as in Taiwan. You have to understand the historical journey that that involves both countries. So you have to understand that before we even make a assumption that one country is better than another country. I've been to both countries. I love both countries. I have lots of great friends and brothers in Taiwan as well as in China. So for me, they're both the same. The Chinese. And you have to understand the history behind this and the suffering that they have to endure, especially China. China is one country that I guess a lot of you guys in the West misconstrued or misunderstood. Now, I'm not an advocate for China. I live in Singapore. I'm not part of China, but you have to understand the Chinese people, the Chinese history before you make any assumption. Basically, right? I'm sure guys here from Hong Kong will understand what I'm trying to tell you guys. For you guys in America, in Canada, in Europe, I love you guys. You are my brothers too. I understand I do know and I do learn about the history of Europe, history of US, and how the United States was formed. I don't judge you guys because land of the free, home of the brave, and all that. Cool. I admire and I respect the policies that you have, the standard of life that you have. Likewise, I guess you should do the same to reciprocate the same thing to countries like China or Taiwan. Not everyone in Taiwan seeks to stray away from China. A lot of people in China, in Taiwan, love China because they still recognize China as the motherland. And these are things that are not being expounded, not being expanded. And it's politics, basically. So I'm not going to go there. So what I'm trying to tell you is get to know the countries first before... Like, I get guys, idiots, who come and tell me that, the guitars that you guys are reviewing from Harley Benton, or, the guitars that are made in China, they are made in sweatshops. And I'm going like, dude, there's no sweatshops anymore. No sweatshops at all. Take away that ill-conceived misconception that you have whenever you encounter an Asian doing something. It has to be in a sweatshop. No. And the guy that made the statement to me was a pastor, was a so-called missionary. I have no idea what mission he was going through, but he made that flippant remark and it just turned me off, and I never was so angry before. And after a while, I just stopped arguing him and just banned him from the channel altogether. He was spewing all sorts of nonsense, And no, there's no more sweatshops in Indonesia. There's no sweatshops in China. Head down to Indonesia, go to the cord factory and see the way they work there. See the factory environment. Head down to Shenzhen, for example, in China, and head out to any of these factories that make guitars for Harley Benton or make guitars for Sijie or whatever, or even for Fender, and look at the conditions, the working conditions that they have there. No more sweatshops, dude. Yeah, and time to get out of that concept altogether. I'm telling you this, okay? I went to Shanghai before COVID happened. No, it wasn't in Shanghai. Was it Shanghai? No. I went to Guangzhou, all right, in China. And I used to transit my flights in Guangzhou all the time. And I really hate Guangzhou airport because it's crowded. And the people are everywhere. There's this whole huge mess. And that was back in 2015 through 2016. And when I went out to China again in 2019, before the COVID, and I had a transit flight in Guangzhou, I was shocked because it's like they redo everything. They redid everything. They renovated the airport. They changed the stuff or whatever they did, but they did it the right way because it's like, you go into the airport, you will not believe that this is China. You think that this is like in the future, like a futuristic airport. And I was really impressed. I'm going like, cool. And then COVID hits the fan. Then everything went to bits. So yeah, that's all I'm saying, right? So if you guys take offense in what I'm saying, sorry, I didn't. No offense meant, all right? Yes, Logify. Singapore is relatively safe, but there's still murders here. There's still deaths. Singapore is going through what Japan is going through. Our generation has grown old. There are a lot of lonely people, and we have seen an increase in numbers of elderly people who died at home, and nobody knows about it because their sons and daughters couldn't give two shit about them. And that's the worrying trend that is happening in our country. We have seen an increase in the elderlies going to OH homes because the children just don't want to spend the time to look after them. And that has been a trend ever since I was a teenager until now. But it's getting worse. And nowadays you have the elderly refusing to go to an OH home, insisting that they can take care of themselves. And we're talking about women and men in their 70s, in their 80s. And sometimes they have a fall and they die and are left to rot in the house for long periods of time. So we are like Japan. Japan has the same problem where the elderly perish in their own home. And that's really sad. Apart from this sad episode or the sad situation, Singapore is relatively safe. There are still cases of rape, very, very little. Fights in the clubs and stuff like that. As long as you watch your surrounding, like everywhere you go, you are safe. You can go anywhere if you choose to. I can't say that it's absolutely safe in Singapore. It's relatively safe. Hi, Joel Vitu. Happy New Year. Good for you, Pim Daddy. Improving improv guitar. John, I've been playing for 57 years. And my Purple G&L Blues Boy is the best guitar I ever owned. Inspired to purchase. Bless you and your ministry. Got chops all day long. Well, I'm glad, brother. Yeah. 57 years is a mighty long time. Yeah, and the G&L Blues Boy is the best. I can't rave enough about the Blues Boy because I find that the whole concept, like the wood that they use, the finishes, the humbucker in the neck position, and the beautiful bridge that G&L has. Leo Fender, he's a man, and that guitar itself is just perfect for me. All right. Brent Adams, I found a used G&L Legacy, and that quickly became my preferred S-style guitar. Yeah, they're great. Good info about this topic, John. Which topic is this? Chodix. We love you, brother John. No worries. We need to hear how people really feel in Asia. We're all human beings, my friend. Here in Sweden, we have massive problems with shooting, rapings. Big love from Wales, John. Hope you and yours. Hi, Joey. Thank you so much. Yeah, Pimp. No, don't worry about it. I mean, it's so hard for me to call you Pimp Daddy. If you have a real name, it would be good to let me know your real name there, brother. So you're from California? Fine. You probably know a lot of Asian people in the state of California. And we all live in our own space, whether you're in Europe, in Sweden, South Africa, whatever you are from, great. This is where you are born. This is where you make your home. Be thankful for that. I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful that I have a home in Singapore, that my country is relatively safe from natural disasters. We don't have earthquakes, we don't have tsunami, we don't have anything. you know, but yet we're not truly safe because we're surrounded by many countries, and we do not know what's the state of affairs going about. We are for a while we are dependent on Malaysia for water, for natural our how should we call it, our daily needs, water. We are forced into a situation where we had to make water from the sea or from our toilets, so we call this new water, and we have this plant. If you come to Singapore, I'll bring you there. So we kind of like recycle, right, used water into drinkable water. We had to do that out of necessity because we were dependent on Malaysia for water, and they started giving us problems and stuff like that. But so that problem has some sort of subsided, but we will never know when it will happen again. So again, for a small country like Singapore, we are really vulnerable. Like I said, I have to understand the geographical situation of each country. Yeah, I've heard about what happened in Sweden, Jodix. Apparently there are gangs now. From I never ever thought there would be like gang warfare in Sweden. I would thought, like most of you, we thought that gang warfare would happen in Mexico, or in the Bronx, or in areas like that we know are gang infested, but not in Sweden. I never thought that. So now I heard that it's happening in Amsterdam too. So it's crazy. Sure thing, Tyler. Judo Dado, off topic, do you own any pets? Yes, I do. I have 3 dogs right now. I have 2 dogs, and then my daughter has her own dog, so she moved in with us. So now I have 3, a handful. But they're great. They're lovely. Super Pete, I have kind of given up on amps in favor of a Hit Rush pedalboard. For me, it's just easier on live setting, and the big display is great. Great, cool. Whatever works, Pete. You have to be comfortable with what you're using in the first place, because don't get caught up in the hype about, this guy's using this guy's using that. Do what is comfortable for you. Whether it's pedals or multi effects, it don't matter as long as you're comfortable on stage. For me, comfortability comes before anything else. I have to be comfortable where I stand. The rest of the stuff, like getting your sound, getting your guitar, getting your guitar refretted or stuff like that, that has to happen like off stage, like in your free time. You need to get your instrument in working order. But as far as being on stage, you have to get a guitar that's comfortable for you. So you have so many choices right now, from the Strats to the Tallys to the PRS to the Gibsons. You have like a 25.5 scale length to 25 to some 24, 24.5. Shorter scale length. Lighter guitars, chambered guitars. You have all that, and whichever makes you comfortable, and whichever allows you to play in your optimal level. And this one thing that I recently got in touch with regarding the fretboard after playing the Sur guitar, and I find it, for you have to pay for a really good fretboard, a really well manicured and manufactured. I would say crafted, a well crafted fretboard, with the jumbo frets and everything, and how it's smooth, whether it's a compound radius or whatever it is. Yeah, it works. So I now have a addiction to compound radius. I like the compound radius of 10 to 12, and I just love the way the neck feels. And I'm going like, should I get a Sur in the future? Maybe not, because if the prices keep on going up, chances of me owning a Suhr would be, next to impossible. After all, I'm still a working musician. So what I'm trying to tell you is that get yourself comfortable with the guitars that you have, the effects that you're using, whether the display is important or sound is important. So you have to choose one over the other. Some displays, some multi effects have really good display, but not really good sounds. Some effects have really good sound, but poor user interface. So it's up to you. You have to make the decision yourself. And I get a lot of questions coming. What do I think about? I cannot tell you because you have your own taste. You have my friend here, Super Pete. He can't look. He can't see properly. Like he can. If he's standing there and play, the display is important because you can't see clearly. Some of us have 20/20 visions. That's not a criteria, right? So I cannot tell you what you need because you should know what you need. You should know which guitar is better for you. Budget is a priority, I understand, because money is hard to come by. And this is why I love the Harley Benton guitars, because I find that the Harley Benton guitars are really useful for guys who are working on a budget and just wanted a working guitar. The Harley Bentons are fine, you can work with the guitar. But in the long run, when you are getting better in your trade, or if you're doing what I do, and you need to have a real good tool to be the best that you can be, then it's time for you to kind of invest in a better guitar. So that's down the road, right? Budget is important. So I always tell people to save up if you can. Save up money for the guitar that you want to own. Like if you're thinking of a Tom Anderson or what's the other brand, the Suhr, right, or a PRS, save up your money and go get one. But when you get one, be careful. Take your time. No rush. Don't get influenced by people like us, or don't get influenced by people like your friends, who owns a PRS or owns a certain model, and you go, oh, okay. No, don't get caught up in that hype. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm anti-hype. I don't like hype at all. I just want a guitar that works for me. And that's why I bought a Saito, because this guitar works for me, and it makes me play in a different way. Now I'm blessed because I have the Paoletti. I find that the Paoletti guitars just plays beautifully. So I'm blessed that they actually did a sort of a signature model. For me to buy one, yes, I'll probably save up money to buy one. I was looking at the Strat model actually, but now I have my own model. I don't bother. It's expensive, but if I want to get one, if I decide to get one, I would save up money for it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But if you have a budget constraint, fine, work within your means. Don't go knocking yourself out, all that. Just buy something that suits your budget, but take your time. What I'm trying to tell you is take your time. Don't be like me, who rush through and buy stuff without even finding out what they're worth, and then after that regretting the fact that you spend a couple of $100 or $1,000, a couple of $1,000 on things that you don't like. So we've all been there, done that. Check yourself. You should know your history, right? You've done purchases that you regretted. So it comes the same thing with the guitars. If you're buying a guitar, you're buying a piece of gear, make sure that you've done your research, adequate research. Don't go listen to other people. What I do on my reviews is to show you what this unit can do, and that's it. Whether this unit works for you is a different matter altogether. If I do a review for the Saito guitar, for example, looks pretty, sounds good, but whether does it suits your style of playing, I don't know, because I'm not you. If it suits me, I have long fingers, right? You might have shorter fingers, or you might have longer fingers than mine, or you have bigger hands than mine, and the width might be too small or too big. So you might not even like I have a friend from YouTube. His name is Alan. Some of you probably know him. He doesn't like distortion. He doesn't like overdrive sound. So he's a clean guitar sound guy. So he doesn't have to have a guitar like the Saito, because the Saito pickups are really like high gain. Well, not really high gain, but a higher gain. So he might not need a guitar like that. He probably need a guitar like the Sijie, who has a really nice vintage kind of tone and level. So everyone's taste is very different. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Hi, Jack. Oh, really? You love it? Cool. Cool, Pete. And that Sparkle is a great guitar. I gave it to my godson because I thought he would love it, and I even had a Vega Trem on it. So yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I thought Jodix. I thought Sweden was relatively nice and safe place to stay. Yeah, but lately I've been looking at the news and yeah, I'm a bit troubled by that. David K, I have a couple of vintage branded guitars. They're cheap but have amazing fretboards. I put some half decent pickups in, and they're always my go-to when I pick one up. Doesn't have to be expensive. There you go. Can pick up some really good guitars up cheap if you know where to look for, and just be as happy with it. Yeah, that's right. That's my point exactly. I'm glad you guys are having a good New Year. My opinion on stainless steel frets, it's not a necessity. It's good to have them, but it's not really necessary. All this talk about how stainless steel frets are like brighter and stuff like that. I don't even take into consideration because the differences is just so minimal. Doesn't really make any difference at all, in my opinion. Yeah. Improving improv guitar, former Two Rock owner. Two Rock, yeah, but my SS acoustic image. Ah, okay. It's hard to pinpoint the answer, but this is a massive problem. It's murdering and shootings and explosions several times almost every week. For me, this country is in one word chaotic. Yeah, but what's the cause of this? Is it gang warfare? Is it is there a revolutionary group or a terror group? What's causing all this? Tyler, I love cheap red guitars. I prefer a bargain on my instrument. The Fender Elite is the most I ever paid for a guitar. I like stainless steel frets, but I don't know how it would affect the lifetime of the strings. Probably the same as the nickel. People will say that stainless steel frets are harder as opposed to nickel. True. I've seen notches on my stainless steel frets, and I don't see them on my I've seen notches on my nickel frets and not on my stainless steel frets. So I guess that's the advantage of having a stainless steel fret. Much more fun to talk about guitars and amps. Sure, let's not go there, right? Oh, okay. So I just I just saw your message, Jodix, about the sweatshops. Yeah. I'm hungry. Hmm? Yeah, yeah. Everything is dependent on the workmanship. You can have stainless steel. I have a couple of stainless steels from Harley Benton. They don't play as good. Yeah. Sometimes I have really nice stainless steel frets on Harley Bentons, and they play really great. For example, that Silver Sparkle. I loved it. In the what is that? The Fusion Pro. Yeah. I have stainless steel frets, and they play really well. Yeah. So it depends on the fretwork that's been done. Hmm. Okay. What? You had an Ibanez and they had issues with the frets. Yeah. So the only way out of this is to refret, and refretting costs a bum. It costs a lot to refret. Sometimes I think it's cheaper to buy a neck with stainless steel frets or with nickel frets from Walmart, for example, and have it fixed onto your guitar. I think it's cheaper. Yeah. Hmm. It's hard for us to find Yoshinoya here in Singapore. I don't know why. We used to have a lot of Yoshinoya joints outlets in Singapore. I particularly love the ones in Taiwan, in Taipei, when I was there. I would bring my own eggs, and they allow you to have your own eggs brought to the store, and crack it in front of you and just eat with a beef bowl. Super, super, super nice. Jodix, John, do you think Harley Benton is going to produce a model that has the Firebird shape? Probably, yeah, in the future. Yeah, they have come out with quite a number of new models recently. I have actually requested for them to send some over, but they couldn't or they wouldn't because of the holiday season. So I have to wait until they have a downtime. I'll request again. You probably will see Epiphone versions of whatever Gibson has to offer that Firebird. After what ever happened during COVID, when guitar sales was at its peak because people were staying home, they were bored, and they just want to buy a guitar and try it out. Now we are having that sort of a coming down period. At one time, we were running out of guitars to sell. They were running out of guitars to sell. So now we are having this whole economic upheaval where prices are going up. So I guess less people are buying guitars right now, and guitar companies are actually quite careful about what they're going to do. Like, from what I know, PRS has a lead time of 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's gonna take that long, and and prices are gonna go up, and up and up. So after a while, we're gonna see Harley Benton prices going up too. I can tell you that. Yes, Tyler, I know. Please, I'm hungry. No, I'm not trying to evil go frets. Joseph Daniels, I haven't participated in one of your live streams in a long while. I couldn't catch them during the week when they changed in schedules. Still can't stay to watch today, but pop. So hi, Joseph. Good of you to pop by. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a great new year. Brent Adams, more used guitars have been sold and the prices are starting to come down in the used ones finally. Yeah, because there's an influx. Yeah, there's a glut. And yeah, people are trying to sell off their used guitars, and prices have come down a lot because nobody wants to pay any more premium prices anymore. Hi, Robert. Nice of you to pop by. You like Evo Go Frets? Happy 23rd year of the century. Yeah. I was with a friend who I haven't met for 25 years, more than 25 years. He's a successful guy right now. I mean, he used to play guitar for a living long time. Went to GIT, if I'm not mistaken, or MI. GIT, I believe it's GIT. And then, yeah, he does really well in his business now. So we were having a talk about the good old time, in the 80s and stuff like that, and how both of us venture off into different areas of our lives. So we all both he's like 2 years younger than me, So he's 60, I'm 62 right now. So both of us was having coffee and lunch, and we both agreed on one thing, that I think contentment is the most important thing. It doesn't really matter how much money you have or what sort of property you have, what car you're driving, what house you're staying. As long as you're satisfied with what you have, you're contented with what you have. And I think that's the thing that is most important. My Bible tells me that contentment is key to your well-being in your faith. As long as you're not contented, you're always striving to get things, to want things, and your heart will never be at peace, because you look at other people and you go envious, and that's where envy comes in. And you get angry because you get all worked up because you blame God and says, why are you not fair to me? And that's where anger comes in. Strife and everything. So contentment is something that we need to sit down and review our lives. Some of us have really bad lives. I gotta admit that. I mean, I have friends who have lived a tragic life. But most of us have a really good life. Come to think of it, the standard of living has improved. Singaporeans, especially in Singapore, we are our what's that? Our life expectancy has increased, so people are living longer now, and yeah, they're living better food, healthcare. They take care of themselves more. But to sit back and just to look back at your life, you have to kind of like look at the things that you have presently and be thankful for that and be contented. And I'm not talking about ambition. We all have ambition to do certain things that we want to do in life. Like, I had ambition to be a great guitarist, but not to be the best guitarist, but to be a great guitarist. And I don't think I realized my ambition. I'm still a mediocre guitarist, but I tried, and I as I look back into my life, I found that, hey, dude, I've played countless sessions. I play in thousands of albums. I play in hundreds of shows. I played for really good artists. I played for really good singers. I play in arenas. I play in countless arenas. TV shows, whatever, big concerts, small concerts. I've written songs. I've produced. I've arranged, and I work in the studio, with all this great massive equipment. Those were the good old days, not now. And I'm going like, I got everything to be thankful for. I'm not Steve Vai. I'm not Steve Lukather. I don't belong in the LA scene. I'm not born there. I probably will wither and die if I'm born in LA, because there are so many talents out there. I just thank God that I was born in Singapore, and where I can make a living in Singapore. And I look back at my family, and I look back at my 3 kids. I have lovely kids. I had a great wife. I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for God for providing this lovely people into my life. And when I look at my animals, my dogs, they're all so cute, and I give thanks. I'm contented with what I have. And the best part of all, every time I do a video in YouTube, I'm thankful for the fact that I'm still playing, that I still get a chance to play, that I keep my chops up, and I get to play like really nice guitars. So I'm really thankful for that, and being contented. You might not be me. You might be doing something else. But I will implore you, my dear brothers, to sometimes sit back and just think about your life. It's not as bad as you think it is. There are many things that you can give thanks to and be contented with. That's what I'm trying to say. Joseph Daniels discovered Jay Gray and Pete Thorne, awful talent, loved their music, brought the Silver Sparkle fusion after your review, loved it, beautiful guitar. You too, Joseph. Hello, Orion. You're late for the party. I actually waited for you. I actually want to go out because I'm so hungry. Right, there you go. Robert, you cannot buy contentment. Exactly. I've said this for years. Being contented is all I ever asked for. Logify, do you like sake, Don? Yes, I do. I really do. I also like sake, hot sake in winter. Super Pete, what do you check first when you see a guitar you like? For me, I check the fret ends without even picking the guitar. I just run my fingers over the edge of the frets. If it's rough, I won't play it. I'm not really that picky. Basically, if I see a guitar that I really like, it's the whole package. Like, you know, it's not just the fret ends. You know, it's got to look. It's got to have a certain look, and I need to know how it sounds like when I'm playing it and how it feels when I'm playing it. Yeah, the fret ends and everything, that they do make a difference, you know. But most of the guitars that I like do not have that problem, you know. But most of the time when I look at guitar, it's mostly if I want to buy a guitar, which seldom happens, except for the Saito. The reason why I bought the Saito is because of the way it looked, and the way it sounded, the way it played. So these three components are really important. Apart from that, there are many things I do not like about this guitar, but you know, they're not really important. So I can live without them. I can live with them, basically. But to tell you the truth, there's not much to dislike about the Saito. I actually like everything about this guitar. That's the reason why I bought it. Sometimes when you look at guitar, there are, like, you know, ups and downs and pros and cons. It's up to you whether you want to pay the money to procure a guitar that you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with it, fine, go ahead. You know. Hi, Jim. Long time no see from Detroit. No, Logify, no. Thank you, Jodix. Thank you so much. No. Dear guitar playing John, stay humble and continue watering your mustard seed. Looking forward to play guitar for the rest of my life. I'm 39. I pray I'll get to play the guitar as long as you, bro. Then I'll truly be a happy man. Sake cho oishi. Yeah. Sake is so delicious. Time waits for no man, you know. It just goes on like that. It just, I'm still like, sometimes a part of my brain is still living in the past. I'm going like, hey, oh no, that person has passed away. Oh no, I was looking at an old clip in TikTok of John Denver, with him singing "Me and My Guitar." I go, dude, I just heard this song like a couple of years ago. No, it's not a couple of years ago. It's like 40 years ago. And I go, oh, or maybe 50 years ago, you know. And I go, dude, is that long? Is that long? Huh? Yeah, John Denver has left us a long time ago. And then, you know, I would listen to music and I'll listen to Fleetwood Mac and go like, man, this song sounds so good. Where's Christine McVie? She passed away earlier last year, right? Late last year. No more. And my favorite singer, Olivia Newton-John, no more. And you go like I said, you know, your part of your brain is still living like 40 years ago. And I have to come to terms with it every day of my waking life. You know, and I have to wake up and face reality, like, you know, okay, so I'm living in 2023. Right? I was born in 1960. 62 years, because I was born in October, so 62 years have gone by. I went through Vietnam War. I was born in the tail end of the Korea War. If you think about it, 15 years before I was born, we were still in the middle of the Second World War. Mind-boggling. Some of you guys are like older than me, I know, but I'm just talking about myself. Like, you know, I was like born in the 60s, so I grew up with the New Seekers, Beatles. Yeah, we only have 2 Beatles left. Yeah, sometimes it just gets you, you know, and you go like, okay. And some of us might take it the wrong way and get all depressed and all that, but not me. Again, I'm contented. I give thanks that I was able to hear Beatles on a little speaker box we call Radio Fusion, So these are like the streaming radio of that day, of the day, and it was Beatle and they were doing Hard Day's Night. I'm going like, I was a young kid, I was 4 or 5. I'm going like, wow, what's that? That sounds so cool. And next thing I know, because I was living in a rented room with some of my relatives, and these are like teenage girls, right? Back in '64, and they were all like all dolled up, they're going for tea dances and stuff like that. They were humming songs from Beatles and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, so they weren't that popular. And I remember sitting in my cousin's car. This is when I was 5, I think 5, maybe 6 or 5. And it was in the middle of the night, and we went to pay our auntie a visit, and she's loaded. I mean, she's rich. I mean, my uncle-in-law is really rich. So they live in a bungalow, and he got his driver to send us from where we stayed to her house for dinner, and then send us back. And I remember I was like coming back. It was quite late, about 11. And I used to sleep really early back then because I have kindergarten or school the next day. And guess what was playing on the radio? Love Grows by Addison Lighthouse. So I don't know whether you guys know the song. Oh, she's kind of funny, close and she's love grows where my the really infectious dun 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 dun. I love that song to bits, and that's my favorite song since then. Every time I listen to that song, somehow I can smell what was going on around me at that time when I was hearing that song. I can remember where I was. I was in the back seat. I was lying down because I was kind of sleepy. I can smell the leather of the car. I can smell the frangipani, the flowers in the trees that surrounds the bungalow. I can smell all that, and so interesting, right? So these are things that we cherish. We capture it in our heart. I'm going on and on. Hurry home from a ride. Wow. A bike ride, Orion? Tyler, I miss Denver too. Such a great artist. Timothy A. John from Chicago. You have the greatest guitar demos. Your playing is very professional and tasty. Thank you so much, Timothy. Rob H. Hayes, do you think Hey Jude was too long? No, I think Hey Jude was just nice. Hey, it's a crowd song, Timothy, sorry, what are you sorry for? Jim Simon, 52 years for me. The days are long and the years are short. You are my mom's age, John. Right on, man. You guys were a rocking generation. You still have it, bro. Well, you're young, Tyler. Son. Yeah, I mean, that generation was something else. I tell people that if I'm able to, or if God is able, I mean, not a way God is able, like, I would have, I don't mind, like, being born 5 years ahead before, or 10 years before that, I would have, like, experienced what it really was in the 60s. But hey, man, whatever. I remember the first time that I played in front of a 70,000 crowd in the stadium in Shanghai, I'm mistaken. And I was supposed to do a duet with the singer, May. This was back in 1999, 98, And when we got on stage, it was a crazy experience because back then, communist China was still communist China. They were opening up, but they were taking baby steps. So we had to be escorted into the stadium, and we both had to like pair up with one another, and we had to hold hands. That's the best part. Like little children in the kindergarten, we had to hold hands. So I was holding the hand of my brother Ricky, and we are going, oh, we could go steady with this. And we walked into the stadium. We got on stage, and by then the crowd just went crazy, and the stadium lights was off, and all you see are the flickering of lighters. They didn't have handphones then. Well, not a lot of them have handphones, and they were using lighters and stuff. And you can see this whole mess of flickering lights, 70,000 strong, right? So right at the arena as well as the field, 70,000, and it was like 3 or 4 layers up. I was standing there. I'm going like, shit. It's a lump in my throat then, like I have right now as I recollect it. And then we played, cool. I just tried not to let all this bother me, and just have a ball over time playing. And then it came to that part where I had to sing a duet with the artist, and I had to start the song. And I had to get the key first, so I got my key, which is the key of C, and then I had to start the first note, and it was a high note. And my legs were shaking, man. My legs was like, well, not shaking, quivering, okay? So I'm going like, okay, don't mess it up, John. Don't mess it up. And I hit a note. I don't know how I did it, but I hit that note. And after the first note, I was back to my normal state of mind and proceeded to enjoy the rest of the show without any apprehension or fear. So it's just a matter of you crossing that threshold of fear. And once you've done that, you're okay. But every time when I get to play a solo, I still have that, the apprehension. Okay, don't screw this up. Don't screw this up, because 101 things can happen. Your fingers can get caught in the string. Your pick might drop. Your string might break. You might be on the wrong patch. Whole lot of stuff. So you have to be like kind of like in a Zen mode and go like, oh Lord Jesus, I need your help. So watch over me even as I play this gig. I do that. I pray every time I'm on stage. Just give me the opportunity to enjoy the work that you presented to me, that you provided for me. So every time I'm about to embark on a solo, I'm going second, and I will check twice, 3 times, like, okay, I'm on the right patch, all right, so I'm on the right delay, okay, the right tempo and everything. So once the song starts, sometimes you can't get a tempo right because you have to have the song going. So sometimes you have to start the song with the solo, but you don't know where your delay is going on. So I have to play the first note and subsequently sneak in the tap on the second or third note and then get along with the solo. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on, a whole lot of computing going on in your head when you're doing. I'm just trying to explain to you what goes on in my mind when I'm playing a gig, in case you haven't followed yet. So there's a whole lot of stuff that's going on in my mind as I go along. And after that, how do I taper off that solo? Do I back off on my volume pedal, or do I just back off on my volume knob? How long do I sustain? And right after that comes to the first verse, second verse. What do I do? Do I have chorus guitar? I got to change patches and all that. And then volume swells and stuff like that. And then the chorus where you have your overdrive. What sort of overdrive you're using, and how much of a thickness you want, because I have certain things I add to kind of widen up the sound. Should I do it? And then again, after the chorus, is there a solo after that? Is there a full-blown solo? Like what I'm talking about, a full-blown solo is a solo that lasts more than 8 bars. Right? Basically, that's a full-blown solo. And is there any harmony part in it? When do I kick in the harmony, the harmonizer, the harmonist, or whatever I'm using? Again, don't screw it up. So again, 101 things can happen. I remember this one show, the recent one that I did in the States, when I was doing the first show in San Bernardino in Yamava, and there was this solo I was supposed to do, and I was supposed to walk out with my brother Eric in the front of the stage and do a solo, and I couldn't see my frets. I couldn't see it at all. I was using my Paolatti. The lights, the what you call that, the spotlight that shine through, caught the guitar fretboard in an angle that just kind of blinded me. I couldn't see where I was, and I think I played a bum note, but because of my years of experience, I know I hit a bum note, but I kind of like cleverly and quickly hit it up to pitch. But you can tell that I hit a wrong note. So that was something that I never did expect. Shit happens. Pardon my French. But after that, I don't let it. I do not let it affect me. You know, I don't go like, oh man, I hit the bum note and all that, and then my whole solo, the rest of the solo will just go down to the drain. I don't do that. You know, bum note. So what? Everybody does a bum note. I've heard Steve Lukather. I heard Larry Carlton. I heard all these cats, like even Jay Graydon, you know, play a bum note. So, you know, no big deal as long as you just don't play all the time. So after that, you know, it's about how you get accustomed to your environment. That's why I was telling someone here about how you should be comfortable in what you're using and where you are at. Because once you're comfortable in your environment and you know where you can move. I have 2 microphones, so it's really uncomfortable for me. But it's a necessary evil. So I need to have one for singing, one for music directing the band. So I'm trying to get rid of the music directing mic and letting my brother Jim, the drummer, do all the cues, you know. But sometimes I need to tell them what to do. So I still have that mic there, in case, like, you know, there's a situation that I need to, you know, to prolong the intro or prolong whatever, you know. I had to speak it into the mic into the band for the band. So again, I still need 2 mics. And you know, the environment that you have, your like on stage, I have my 2 monitors, my stereo monitors, which is not very loud, just enough for me to feed back to my pickups, my Helix, my Avion, you know, my iPad, you know, and I'm trying not to read as much as possible. My 2 guitars, right, music stand, and how much space do I have? Can I move back? Can I move front? I like space. I need space, because if it's too cramped for me, I'm not going to enjoy it much. You know, I've played in setups where it's really cramped. You know, I played in musicals before. You know, in the pit, I know what it's like. You know, but it's a musical, so you don't need to do anything. There's no showmanship involved. But in the concert, you know, you need to move. You need to you need to do a lot of stuff. So I like space. So be comfortable where you are, and then you'll do fine. Wow, nice. Timothy John, I hope you can get the new PRS. Oh yeah. I'm looking for that too. Yeah. The SE, the S, and even the core model, you know, they're real different. Steve Cole, if there's a guitarist band still living, you like to play with, still living. Ah. Still living. Well, I played with my favorite guitar player, Rex Go, from Air Supply. I played with him side by side on stage, and I loved the experience. I don't know. I don't know, because it's a bit intimidating for me to say I would love to play with Steve Lukather or Jay Graydon, because those cats can just blow me off, and I probably will not play a single note, because I'll be on stage and listening to everything they play. Yeah, I'm such a fan, you know. So I can't possibly answer that question. Okay, Jodix, you take care. Be safe. Hey John, do you still have the Schecter PT? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Have you seen the last video that I did? The what is that? Tally the Night Away? Yeah, that's the title of the last video. So I still have the Schecter PT. All right, I gotta go because my stomach is like crying out. I'm so hungry. It's gonna be 3 a.m. soon. I'm gonna muster up some bacon and eggs, you know. Oh yeah, get it. It's a good guitar. It's a good guitar. So before I go, I'm just gonna say a short prayer. You guys have anything that you want to pray about? Okay, Steve, you take care. Sure thing, Timothy. You take care. Ecuador, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, brother. I'm about to go off, about to leave the stream. Okay, so there's nothing. I'll just say a short prayer and then, yeah, I'm going to have some chow. Okay, let's pray. Well, thank you, Jesus, for this new year. This is the seventh day of the new year, if I'm not mistaken. And I thank you, Lord, for everything that you provided for us. We just pray that for this new year, that Lord, that the war will stop in Ukraine, that people's life will be safe. Both Russians and Ukraine, let the madness stop. Lord. I also pray for Sweden, that Lord, that peace will prevail in the land. I also pray that Lord, that you watch over each and every one of us, our families, and provide us safe journey mercy to wherever we're going, Lord. I also pray for Orion's father, that Lord, that you will restore his health and heal his eyesight, Lord. Have mercy, O Lord, your grace, Lord. We need your grace, Lord. For those of us who are getting on in age, we need you, Lord. We need your help. We need your healing, Lord. We need your blessing upon our lives, Lord. And those of us who are ailing, Lord, I just pray that you'll heal us. Heal us, O Lord, and we will be healed. That's the line that I always remember, Lord. As long as we ask for it, Lord, you will give it to us. So I thank you, Jesus. I also pray that, Lord, that as we go about our lives, Lord, we be thankful and be contented with what we have. I thank you, Jesus, for everything that you've given to me. I also thank you on behalf of my brothers here, that whatever you have bestowed upon them, Lord, we give you thanks. For, Lord, you are provided for each and every one of us. You provide all things, Lord. And I believe, Lord, and I do believe that with you, nothing is impossible, Lord. And for those of us with aspirations and with dreams and with ambition, Lord, help us realize that through hard work, through perseverance, through wisdom, through integrity, through honesty, Lord. Because I know, Lord, that you are with us all the way, that you will never leave us nor forsake us, Lord. So thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, so please take care of yourself. I'll see you. I'll probably see you next week if it's possible. If not, then the week after. You know. Orion, don't be stressed. Well, you know, cycling is good. Take some time to pray if you need to. It's not hard to pray to God. You can pray to Him anywhere. You know. Oh, Isaac, you're here. All right. Sure thing, Logify. Thank you for your help. You know, being the administrator of this chat, I really do appreciate it. I haven't actually told you like I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Logify. Thank you for your work. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, guys, take care. I'm gonna eat now. Be good. God bless.